Morning everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name's Stephen Aitchison and today we'll be going over the markets, looking at a few charts, looking at a few news stories as well. If you want me to look at a few charts as well, if you want me to look at any charts, let me know in the comments area and we'll take a look at that and do some TA for you as well, very quick TA. And so we'll do that. Just see if we're live, just make sure everything was okay. I believe we are. Yep, we've got a few people in just now, just coming in. So we'll just dive over. What's the date? 12th of November, just to make sure I have the right date there. That's fine. So we'll dive over to the chat area just now. We have Nulls Bulls in the house this morning. Welcome to you. Justin Churchill is back with us. Good to see you back. Gareth Passage is in. Chris Camus, Mervyn Skidmore is in as well. And G Slick has joined us as well. Good to see you all. A little bit quieter than normal. Just make sure everything's running up in excellent connection, so that's good. Okay, we'll dive straight in then and see what's happening in the markets. And just reload that. Bitcoin price slowly creeping back up. We've got 8,800 or 8,799, but slowly creeping back up from the falls. We'll look at the chart and we'll kind of talk about it then. We've got an overall market capitalization of 240 billion. Bitcoin dominance down to 66%. And that means the alts are coming back up a wee bit. And we've seen that in the kind of markets just now. VeChain still storming ahead, 16.54%. Decred is up 11% as well. Bitcoin, the next bigger riser in the top 100. So doing well. The others are kind of rising, but not by that much. And we've got about a 50-50 split for in the green and in the red. DX chain token down, that was up big time, so that's coming down a wee bit, 24%, the only one in double digit reds. We now have 4,798 cryptocurrencies listed on CoinMarketCap, so they've done a lot of work over the past couple of weeks and got a lot of coins listed. So over the last 24 hours, what's done well, that's traded over $10,000 worth. We have GSEN or GSE network up 70% on 179,000 volume. Mindall is back up there again, up 49% on 5.6 million volume, and that's been going great guns over the last 7 days, 578%. Just make sure everything is working okay. Yep. HBZ coin is up 48% on 40,000 volume. Coin Meat, haven't heard of that, but it's up 41% on 706,000 volume. And what else is in the low market cap range? Omni up 40% on 13,000, not that much volume. Coin Fee up 37% on 91,000 volume. Sounds interesting. Coin Fee, I think we've seen that as well. Graft, that was an interesting one from before, from a couple of months ago. I think they were doing something similar to PundiX. Just have a look at that. VID, I like that as well, 3.9 million. They're up 32%, 52% on the week. We'll have a look at some of the weekly risers as well. Yeah, Mindall topping that. Duo Network as well, up 300%. Universa is up 204%, 8.9 million. HBZ coin up 168%. DX chain up 165%. That's 93 million. What we're looking for here is hidden gems or low market cap coins. Webflix token up 146%. That might be interesting to look. I like their volume as well. Now just have a look at CoinFee. What do they do? Just got it? No, it doesn't tell you really much. It's not got a SOTA, it has got a feed. And February 17th, 2019, that's a red flag straight away. Graft, how are they doing? I'll tell you what they do. Graft builds itself as a blockchain-based payment processing network that functions similar to a credit card processing network with off-chain authorizations and in-network atomic swap-based interchanges. So we've looked at this months ago as well, but we'll just see kind of what they're up to just now. I'm keeping up to date with social media. Okay, so still going, still doing well, or still doing okay. 416,000, that's under 1 million. Market capitalization up 35% on the day. The market pairs would do by reported volume. Hotbit, it's on at the moment. Could be worth looking at. Webflix token under 1 million as well. Describes a blockchain-based broadcasting platform that connects broadcasters with users. Social. And I'm looking at this because it's come up a couple of times now, so we'll just look at the social feed. Chinese, I believe. April the 4th, April, yeah, a bit dodgy. Yeah, something not quite right there. I don't know if they've been hacked or not. Market pairs. And Bitum Global. Okay, so we'll just stop looking at that. I just want to kind of look at CoinMarket. I've got a new section on as well, and I'll need to kind of look at this instead of just looking at volume. They're looking at liquidity. There's a new story about that, and I've just kind of checked it out. I've just checked out just literally before we just came on, so I need to look into it more. But they've got a new section. You can check it under rankings and click on liquidity, which is new. And I'll just look at the news story for that as well, see what it's talking about. Where is it? CoinMarket now provides crypto investors with data on liquidity. We believe our adaptive technology will make our metric very difficult to game, as orders would need to be placed close to the mid-price or risk being counterproductive to liquidity metric scoring. I'm just wondering how it works. The firm said it sees its new metrics as a way of escaping dependence on volume reporting, which is often subject to wash trading and other means of manipulation on different exchanges. At the Capital, Chan said the volume has lost its value as a metric. She further explained CoinMarketCap's desire to shift focus away from volume. Today we're introducing a new metric to highlight what matters most to investors and traders: liquidity. With our liquidity metric, we hope to provide public good to the crypto markets by encouraging provision of liquidity instead of inflation of volumes. So trying to get away from volume reporting and look at liquidity reporting as well, which is interesting. So I need to look more into that. Just kind of literally saying that just before I came on live. See who else has joined us, if anybody. And Cookie is in the house. Stephen King has joined us. We have Gary Stewart is in, Mac Pawn. And Peter J's joined us. Keg, thank you very much for the donation, and good to see you back. We've got one Southside player, Crypto, we're here. Excellent. Smash the likes, only 4 likes, 25 people watching. Just make sure we've got good connection. We have got good connection. Yeah, thank you very much, Keg. I really appreciate your support as always. Right, we'll just look at crypto bubbles very quickly. This is over the last 24 hours. We can see DX is down big time. Maximind Coin is down. VT got the big green bubble as well. BCN got a big green bubble, and DCR has as well. Odom down, that was up big time yesterday, so that is down as well. But we'll look at the USD value as well. It doesn't really change things much, no. And we'll look at it on the last hour, see what it does then. BCN up big time over the last hour, up 20% nearly, so doing well at the moment. Predominantly, what we've got here, predominantly in the green, I would say. This is in USD. Look at BTC value. Changes a wee bit. Still predominantly in the green. So the alts are coming up just now. The alts are doing well. They have been doing well over the last couple of weeks. There's a couple of alts every day. Just seems to be jumping on Binance and the likes of KuCoin, the other exchanges as well. Okay, Fear and Greed Index down to 39, so it's slipping down further and further towards the fear side of things. Just now, this is a kind of sentiment score as well, based on the larger cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, etc. Okay, this is the Tie.io. And this is just looking at sentiment. It's kind of sentiment language based from Twitter, which is quite interesting. Bitcoin down to 45.94. Bitcoin Cash is up to 73.22. on the sentiment score, which means more people are talking about it positively, and they think there's a correlation between the price going up and the kind of positive sentiment on Bitcoin Cash as well. We'll just check that out in a wee second. Binance Coin is up to 68.5 as well, which is doing well. So we'll just have a look at those just now. So Bitcoin Cash, just now, we'll just see what it's doing like here. Got market cap. Bitcoin Cash up 0.95%. I'll just check out the charts. BCH. It's doing well on the charts as well, so that kind of correlates. So there's a correlation there. That's breaking a resistance point. It was broken a resistance point just now. So next resistance, you're talking about 3.5 million Satoshi for the next resistance. So there does seem to be a slight correlation. I've been checking this out anyway, and there definitely does seem to be. BNB was the other one. Is there a correlation there? BNB, BTC. Yep, that's the same again as well. On the daily, it crossed over to 216,000 now, 232,000. The correlation there, definitely. Okay, we'll look at some of the coins. See if that's still the same. I think that's from yesterday. We'll just refresh that. And we'll see what's got high on the daily sentiment. BFT, Bank to the Future. I don't know if you've heard the CEO talking from Bank to the Future, but very, very intelligent guy. Sentiment is up big time on that. I wonder if there's something going on there. Bluesale, we've seen that kind of rising over the past couple of days, up 89.54, but look at the relative trading volume, 732%, and that's relative to the past 30 days average. So it's talking about there. What is SNM or SONM? 301% for the relative trading volume and very high daily sentiment. Obviously with the price going higher, that'll push that up as well. And just looking at the relative trading volume. What else? Nulls. Funfair is up as well. DMT, NRG, Fetch, Tomo, BCH, CRO, Zen, Go, NLG as well. So it's worth looking at this. It is worth looking at this, and if you can find the correlations, it is worth looking at. If you can get a kind of a mini system going almost, it's definitely worth looking at. And that's a tie.io. Andreas is in the house. David D has joined us, and Mike D, one of our Brown admins, has joined us as well. So good to see you here. Nulls in the green today. We'll look at that as well a wee bit later on. Okay, what's happening on Binance? Who's doing well on Binance? SONM is doing well on Binance at the minute. Where is the next resistance for SONM? 207, I would say. That would be the next resistance point there. So it looks as if it could go up to 207, although there's a big buy wall there. It doesn't really mean anything. It's not that big. It's only 2.2 Bitcoin worth. VET, VeChain are still going well. Went up to 75. I think that's a high. 75, yep, high. They're still going brilliantly just now, and it looks as if it's not going to stop. So I said yesterday this would probably get up to about 70, between 77 and 80, then probably come back down from there. So we'll see, it might even smash through that, but it looks as if that 77, 80 level is coming up for VeChain. So that's been a brilliant call actually. I'm not saying I'm brilliant, but it was just a brilliant call when I called that at 46. So now we have to put that up to 75. So this has been a perfect call, and when I say a perfect call, it means there's been no drawdown whatsoever. Drawdown is when I call it, the price I call it, and the lowest price. There's a difference between the two percentage wise, and there's been no percentage difference, so it's a perfect call from that point of view. And tops is 63% profit if you got into that. That's just what's happened just now. And what else is doing well? DCR is doing well. Decred. So that's crossed over on the daily. Seen that as well. And it's up about 25%. DOT. You just seen, I just called that this morning in the premium group as well, and it's already up about 2-3%, which is good. So you'd have had to be in quick, because I called it 515 Satoshi, and just literally about 10 minutes later it just jumped up. So I think this has got a bit to go and could rise up to 624, so it could be a good gain from here of about 17% for DLT, possibly higher if it breaks through there. But that would be your first resistance point for DLT. Nulls is doing well, like you said. Nulls bull, that'll kind of please you, I would imagine. Crossed over at 4274, gone up already about 10%, but a ways to go. So we'll look at Nulls just now and see. So I spoke about this, I can't remember when I spoke about it, but I've still got the chart. If it breaks out, it could break up to mid 6,000 Satoshi. So it broke out here, it kind of come down first and then kind of broke to the upside. So we're looking at probably for resistance around about 5207 for the next resistance point, say 5,200. If it breaks through that, then we're up into the 6,000 kind of level area for nulls. We'll see what happens, but I think there's going to be a run on the alts. There has been for the past couple of weeks, but it's only been a few alts that have been kind of really going for it. But in general, the alt market's been really quite good. We'll just have a look at the alt market. This is total 2 without Bitcoin, and this is a daily. We'll just look at the weekly. So it's coming up. You can see the past 5-6 weeks coming up from its low and moving higher again. So still think we're going to be moving higher for the alts. You can see the volume as well coming in there. That's it really for kind of Binance. We'll look at KuCoin, see what they're doing. BTC. So VeChain, obviously, Koti is back up again, up 12%. Let's have a look at that. What's the volume on that? It's only 2.1 Bitcoin worth. Okay, VIDT is doing well. Yeah, they've jumped big time. 880, they've already jumped about 60%. Still think they've got a way to go as well. Amio is up 31%, BPT is up 26%. That's doing well at the moment. And Kofi we've seen, SONM, EBT, DAG, down slightly, 226. Oh, it's come back up. It did get down to about 188. That'd have been a good opportunity to buy DAG. Still think this is a way to go, DAG. If you've not looked at that yet, definitely look at it. It'll be up and coming, probably in the top 50 soon. 60 million market cap at the moment. And we've been talking about it since it was, I probably would imagine it was about 5 million when we first spoke about DAG. And that was because of the Moonwalker on Twitter. Let's jump back to chat. B, good morning everyone. VeChain, anyone? I think it's getting up there. I think it's going to go to 77.80, but would I get in just now? I probably wouldn't, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't get in just now. Just like VT. And DGB, how is DGB doing? Let's have a look at DGB. Bittrex 79. That's on Bittrex. Oh, that's on a weekly. We'll look at the daily. What's it doing the daily? Not much, still near its all-time low. What did you buy? Okay, it's 2-year low. It's 2-year low, I would say. Coming up for a 2-year low. So not doing much at the moment. Signs of it kind of moving up. Yeah, 79. So when that goes, it could really go as well. What's the market cap on DGB now? DGB market cap, we'll just find out. 87 million. Rank number 61, obviously. Interesting. Okay, DGB, good morning. GSlick got some Theta today. Excellent. I think Theta could do well short term as well. Got more Digibyte. It says GSlick. Crypto Knowledge Alliance, our very own Jimbo is in the house. And Jimbo, if you've not seen it already, is on Altcoin Buzz. He's got some videos up there. I think the latest video from Altcoin Buzz is our very own Jimbo. So check that out as well. Doing brilliantly, Jimbo. Very proud of you, mate. Garth Passage, Ada and Shelley today. Yes, that's for the testnet. What's happening with Ada just now? BTC. Yeah, they've gone over that 500 level, which is good. So they really need to break, for me, they need to break out of this kind of trading range just now. We'll just kind of put this up there. So this range just now, from around 526 down to about 400. So they're starting to, it looks as if they're going to break out of that range. Once they break out of that range, I think we're going to go higher and then start testing the mid 650s or mid 600s. And that would be good. So once it breaks out there, in fact, it's crossed over on the daily. So this, I think now would be a good time to buy Cardano, to be honest. This has been an accumulation zone for a long time, for the past couple of months. And it's starting to move just now. Obviously, big things happening with Cardano, with Shelley, etc. So I think that's going to be good, and I think now would be a good time to buy as well. Any time really from 400 upwards was a good time to buy. So doing really well. Okay, we'll look at some news that I was kind of looking at. Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba offers free Bitcoin to US shoppers. So I've never heard of this before, but apparently in China they have something called Singles Day, which is like kind of Black Friday. So as part of a drive to motivate shoppers on China's Singles Day, yesterday e-commerce giant Alibaba has partnered with Bitcoin shopping app Lolly. The unofficial holiday, which falls on the 11/11, is the Chinese equivalent of America's Black Friday. According to a company blog post, Lolly users will be able to earn 5% in Bitcoin when they shop with partner Alibaba. The day is massively popular in China, where its burgeoning younger generation and nouveau riche want to splash the cash to celebrate their solo status. So it is what it sounds like, Singles Day. It's just to celebrate them being single. So Lolly's partnership with Alibaba, which recently warned against crypto payments in China, would allow US-based users who purchase on the Chinese platform to earn a cut in BTC, which is good. I think that could be good, especially now when Bitcoin is so low just now. So imagine getting 5%. You need to spend a lot of money, obviously, just to get. How much would you need to spend to get one Bitcoin? You need to buy 20 Bitcoin to get one Bitcoin back. And 20 Bitcoin just now is obviously $160,000. Don't think you're going to do that online, but you never know. So I think that's good. I think it's good from a Lolly point of view. Obviously, it gets Alibaba up there as well. But what it does in the broader scheme of things, it gets people to know. Obviously, it gets the word out there about Bitcoin as well. So that's what it does. And that's the bigger picture if we look at it from that point of view. But the fact that Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba is doing it, so it's a Chinese firm that's doing it and allowing it as well. This is interesting as well. I don't know if you've been keeping an eye on BAKKT volume just now, but it's going up and up and up. It's nearly at the 20 million per day level. Nearly. We're getting up to 20 million per day, and I think that's coming very soon, probably within the next couple of weeks. So the BAKKT volume is going up all the time. This is institutional investors with Bitcoin. Obviously, it's Bitcoin custody as well. So, but they've just got an NYDFS license. So the Bitcoin futures trading platform has received authorization from New York Department of Financial Services. Now we all know New York is really difficult to get a license for any kind of crypto related product, but they've got a license to provide Bitcoin custody to all institutions. And this further increases the authority of the platform in its path to providing institutions with a well-established and regulated Bitcoin futures trading platform. So I want to show you this as well. I'll just show you the latest trading volume. So we can see this here. When they first started out, everybody was just kind of laughing at them really, because there wasn't that much at all and they're being traded. We can see the average probably about $1 million worth. Not even that, probably lower than that. maybe $700,000, $800,000 worth traded. But then on the 23rd of October, you can see $4.8 million worth of kind of Bitcoin futures was traded for the monthly futures. Then we got a first break, or they got the first break on the 25th of October at 10.3 million, and now it's regularly above kind of 10. And we had 15.6 million on the 8th, and then yesterday we had 14.2 million, and today I don't know what the volume is like today. I'll just see if that's updated. This is 5 hours ago. Today's volume so far at 1438, which is 12 million. So yeah, they've reached 83% of that so far. So yeah, that's going to be another good day for the BAKKT volume as well. So they're really strengthening up as BAKKT, which is good for BTC as well. This is custody. Remember, a custodial service whereby if somebody buys, an institution buys Bitcoin, they have to physically buy it. And so that it will affect the markets, obviously. Not with kind of like derivatives, where it doesn't affect the market, or it shouldn't affect the market at all, because they're not physically buying Bitcoin. But with BAKKT, they actually do. So, but I would imagine BAKKT have already bought up Bitcoin when it was down at $3,000, $4,000, and $5,000. So they've got a store of Bitcoin, I would imagine, already. Some of the other news stories revealed: 37 companies now using XRP, with 24 launching Ripple's on-demand liquidities. That's the ODL product they've got out as well. So this is from Daily Hodl. A total of 37 companies are now utilising XRP either as a way to accept payment or to power international remittances. And Ripple says 24 companies are specifically adopting Ripple's XRP-based cross-border payments platform called On-Demand Liquidity, ODL, formerly known as XRP. Although Ripple has not released a list of those companies, Daily Hodl has identified 19 of the 24 that are using ODL. You can see a list here. Ripple launched XRP for commercial production on October of 2018, highlighting its use case as a regulatory compliant way to use digital assets to send payments from one part of the world to another. So still think this is brilliant what XRP are doing and what Ripple are doing, but is filtering down to XRP as well, and it's actually being used at the moment. I think it's just a matter of time before XRP really starts to rise big time. XRP BTC, although it's not doing well at the moment, but that could be good if anybody's still looking to get in. 3123, it's kind of going sideways at the moment. I think it's just in preparation for a big push, and it's coming. The big push is coming for XRP. You're probably going to see a 100% increase, at least I would imagine 100 to 200%, I would say, for XRP. Real adoption: 15.3 million New York condos sold for Bitcoin. Prominent New York-based real estate founder and developer Ben Shaw sold an upper. Oh, this was a previous news story. I thought it was a different one. The Real Deal reports November 11, 2009. Now going to be a New York-based residential. I think this is the one we reported on already. So this is real estate. I would not buy a big purchase with Bitcoin. Definitely would not do that, because of the possible price rise in Bitcoin later on. Unless you've got thousands and thousands and thousands of Bitcoin, it's not really going to make any difference. What is this? This was about Canada's biggest bank exploring. There it is there. Canada's biggest bank exploring to launch cryptocurrency trading platforms. So Royal Bank of Canada, the country's largest bank with over $965 billion in total assets, could launch a cryptocurrency trading platform. So this is the Logic reported in news on Monday, saying the bank has applied for 4 patents in Canada and the US to reveal how it might integrate cryptocurrencies into its operation. Again, it's just more kind of use case, it's more kind of adoption news as well than anything. It's not about the kind of Royal Bank of Canada or anything like that. It's just about the adoption of cryptocurrencies and more people using it. And that's something I'm looking at later. I've looked at this as well, CoinMarketCap. I've seen that as well. And that was something else I was looking at. Okay, so that's the news over. So it's a quick one today. Acro, please. Acropolis, and this is from Chris Moo. I don't know if it'll be on. I'll need to look at those charts. I don't think it'll be on TradingView. Will it? Oh, it will. No, it's not. Huobi, it is. So Acro, this is Acro. Look at the 4-hourly chart because it's recently kind of just went on. And we've seen a couple of big spikes already for Acropolis. Kind of back in July 2019 when it climbed and reached 100%. What was this? And then back in September, 84%, and just recently, 27th of October, 140%. So it's coming down from that just now. And if you look at here, we can see it's coming down to 78.6 level for the Fib retracement. It's at that, just gone below the 61.8% level. Hitting the 50 EMA as well. And 70 EMA is still over the 50 EMA at the moment, so it could take a bounce off the 50 EMA and bounce from up here at 82 Satoshi just now. Yeah, 82 Satoshi just now. So hopefully nobody bought up here when it was 139, but it could be a buy. Could be a buy just now. Price sloping upwards just now. Hopefully that's acting as support. So if you're going to buy just now, put a stop loss in, probably about 75, around about the 75 area. So this kind of slope tells you where to put your stop loss in. Obviously you're probably getting an ascending triangle here. So if we go this a little bit higher, and we'll do probably getting an ascending triangle. Break out there. So the slope is acting as your support, and this is on Acro. Slope is acting as support, and this is acting as resistance, the top line. So we put your stop loss around about the 75 area, and you're looking to get to 94. If it breaks out at 94, then you're obviously looking to go higher as well. This is on the 4-hour chart, not as reliable as the daily chart. I like to look at the daily chart better, or even the weekly chart as well. Yeah, so I'd still say that kind of holds, but obviously you've got resistance there at 107 as well. So you could, I don't think that would kind of work. Nah, it's not a good one. Wouldn't be a good example, but you could still say that as well. But we've got the support there. That's the kind of thing you need to pay attention to. Hope that helps. Kriska, Barbara Taylor's in the house. Good to see you here. I will say you're brilliant, Stephen. Great call. I don't see it slowing down much anytime soon either. This one is a whole different animal. I think the institutions are ready to pounce on it. With that BAKKT VT. Did you get in, Barbara? That'd be brilliant if you got in at 46. Low risk, high reward with BAKKT. This is perfect for their clients. Good morning from Florida. Brilliant to see you here. You're up early, 4 o'clock in the morning. Just like, be careful guys and girls. I see a YouTube live stream with CEO Binance talking, and they're asking for 0.1 BTC and get 1 BTC back. Reported it as a scam. Be careful. Hopefully none of us on this channel would fall for that. Don't fall for anything asking for any type of cryptocurrency. It's just, but thanks for highlighting it, just like, but hopefully nobody on here would fall for that. But you just still have to be careful as well. I think the rating system on CoinMarketCap is very useful. And Doru Tarita, is that how you pronounce that? Doru Tarita. And the rating system. Where is the rating system? I don't think I've actually seen that then. So let me know where the rating system is. Is this with the one with symmetry? Tools. Resources. So let me know where that is on CoinMarketCap. I don't think I've seen the rating system, but I heard the news that they're teaming up with Symmetry to do that. Symmetry is a brilliant service. Love Symmetry. I've been talking about that before, and there's a link down below to get the Symmetry service. They do amazing reports. Just going to see if there's anything else. No, can't see it. Yeah, let me know in the comments where that is. Nolan Rocker, Digitex, AMA today. Yeah, I've seen that. So that's coming out at 4 o'clock today. I think it's 4 o'clock GMT. Thoughts, and will you be watching? I won't be watching it at 4 o'clock. I know there's the other, who else is joining him on joining Adam? I can't remember his name, but somebody else is joining Adam, which I think is a good call to do. But we'll see. It does look good. I have to admit, with Digitex, it does look good, and I hope it kind of works out. What are Digitex doing just now in anticipation of this? DGTX. I think it's doing well at the moment. Coming back up. Oh no, it dropped again. What happened there? Yeesh. Don't know what's happened there, but especially with the AMA coming out today, it's going to be coming out about 7 hours time. So it might go up. This could be a good scalp actually. Just from a trading point of view, nothing to do with Digitex, but just from a trading point of view, it could be a good scalping opportunity at 459 Satoshi just now. Just wondering why that is. So from 590, that's a big drop, 23% drop. I was expecting this to be higher, if I'm being honest, because of the AMA today and because of obviously the video that's been released already as well about the market or the exchange that they're going to be bringing out. Surprised at that. Surprised. Hopefully it does well. Garth Passage, I've been thinking about getting some XLM. Don't know, funny gut feeling. XLM from a charting point of view. Crossed over on the daily. Is it for a trade, for a scalp, or is this for long term you're talking about? So from a trading point of view, if you're talking short term, it's broken through previous resistance, which is good. But the good thing about XLM is there's no real, if we look at here, we bring this down here. So this was a previous kind of resistance. It broke through that and it stayed above that as well. But you can see there's no real resistance till about 1280. So that's a good 30-40% profit. If you're looking just for a trading point of view, I don't know if you're thinking about long term, but see this area here, there's no real kind of resistance. Maybe a resistance around about the 1000 area, obviously with psychological support, and a real resistance around about this area. But you're talking a good, what is it? Let's say, let's measure this. Yeah, a good 40% just to get to this next resistance. So that's a good thing about XLM as well just now, but we've got a red candle there on the daily. Could bounce off the 7 EMA as well. But the good thing is as well is kind of near this all-time low. It's only 50% of its all-time low. So yeah, it could be a good one, a good trading opportunity for it. G-Slick is saying XLM, so I've just looked at that. G-Slick, got the video sent. No, why does XLM and XRP on the daily look similar? XLM tends to follow XRP. David D, do you access to the CMC new ratings? David have. Gene, late check-in, 39 watching, 10 likes. Crystal likes, folks. Thanks very much. Gene, good to see you here, mate. Barbara Taylor, oh yes, long ago, 38 running a node. Excellent, excellent. I remember you telling me about that, and now that you say that, you're talking about that. Views on BQX, mate. So I called BQX the other day, and we'll just see how it's doing at the moment. BQX, BTC. So we can see it's an all-time low. So I'm trialing a new kind of system just now, when I'm looking at other parameters to catch a big rise before it actually starts rising big time. So instead of just looking at one or two parameters, I'm looking at other parameters as well, in a different way. Well, not a different way. A lot of people would kind of look at it the same way as well, but I can see it all in one view. And I'm looking at that, and I called BQX using this kind of experimental system. And I think I called it 467 or something. I'm still going to stick by that just now, 467 level. I'm still going to stick by it, but put that stop loss in of, I'd say, around about 450 or something like that. Yeah, 450. This is a daily, so I'd put it 450, something like that. But I would still say this is going to rise using the new kind of system that I've got. And I'm not going to really, because I might not use it all the time. That's why I'm not kind of really saying too much about it, even in the premium group, because I might not use it. But I kind of like it. I kind of like where it's going with it as well. And it's nothing kind of out of the ordinary. It's nothing that nothing that a lot of other people aren't using already. It's just the way I'm kind of doing it. So it's just a new system that I'm using. It's just to strengthen the calls that I've been making over the last year or so. But yeah, 462, and definitely put your stop loss in it around about the 450 level, maybe 448, 449ish. But I'm still sticking by that just now, and we'll see what happens. Barbara Taylor, come on peeps, get out the live chat for a brief minute and crush the like button for Steve, currently on the 7 likes. Let's go. Thank you very much for that, Barbara. And you'll notice I don't say that. I don't kind of ask people to like it. If they're going to like it, they're going to like it. But if you want to like it, obviously, just have a wee like. And Jane said, cheers, Stephen. Stop loss set 450, so good. Yep, in at 467. Yeah, I thought it was 467. VR, Player, another gem for gaming. Yes, Player is, we spoke about Player a couple of months ago. What's the market cap just now? 1.2 million. So, yes, really like Player. So Player, and the other one was Abyss. Yeah, other one was Abyss. So it was 2.4 million it is at the moment. I was just looking for the charts loading there. So it did in June, it did get up to 12 million. I think it's 12 million. No, 11 million. But it's down to 2 million. And I think Abyss and Player could be brilliant kind of hidden gems to possibly invest in. I'm not saying you should invest in it, but I looked at them and they do look really good. Although the platforms are on, I think, could be better. But we're talking 1.2 million for Player. So Player and the Abyss look really good as well. And thanks for that, VR. Gareth Passage, yes, like check your channel discussion. You never ask people to crush the likes. Says Gary Stewart. Yeah, I don't say it. If you're going to like it, you'll like it. But a lot of people just tend to forget just to go, because I watch videos and I tend to forget to like it as well. So it's good to say it, but I don't want to be saying it all the time. Do you know what I mean? Nexo is a coin that could do well. Chris Camus, Nexo, not looked at that in a while as well. Nexo. 58 million market cap, rank 82 in the top 100 already. As a compliant token that is backed by underlying assets of Nexo's loan platform, Nexo report will provide regular passive income to token holders in the form of 30% from the company's profits. And the latest dividend paid to Nexo token on August 15th was reportedly 2.4 million. The token also offers discounted interest rates on Nexo's instant loans. And so it's in the DeFi space as well, which is always what's a sexy space at the moment. 56% of the total supply there as well for Nexo. Good morning to Crypto Don Juan. Good to see you here, mate. Right, we never looked at the Bitcoin chart yet. Goodness me. So Bitcoin, 8,730. We spoke yesterday. We'll go to the daily. So we spoke yesterday and we were kind of watching it live as it was kind of coming through here, around about the 8,600 level. And I said if it does not bounce off this level, then we could be going down to 8,200. It did bounce off that level and went back up again. This is when we'll go back to the 4-hourly chart. So it's bounced off that level. This is the first line here. And you can see it's trying to kind of do that a couple of times, not in the 4 hour, but on the daily, trying to break through a couple of times. And I'd be worried if it kind of got down there again to the 8,600, that then it would fall, because the more times it tries to knock on the door of 8,600 just now, then the more likely it is that it's going to break through it and go down. But it did bounce, which was good, and wanted to see a bounce of the 8,600 level, and it's done that. Though we're coming back down to 8,727. We'll see where it goes from here. We'll look at the low time frames. Hourly chart, we're kind of going sideways in a minute. And we've got a symmetrical triangle forming there as well. Let's say around about, oh, not there. Get rid of this symmetrical triangle from here. This is on the hourly chart, so this is a kind of really low time frame. And about here. So hopefully this is kind of small support here, and as I said, this is on the hourly chart. So we can see a symmetrical triangle formed there. This is using it as support, so the next support level in this hour from 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock is around about 8,722. If it goes below that, it's broken structure. We don't want to break structure. We need at least two touch points here. We've got the 2 touch points. That's good. So we don't want to break structure and go below this. This is on the hourly. This is kind of micro level we're looking at. Macro level is totally different. If we're looking at it from the macro level, this is just a 1 day. You see that there's no significance there whatsoever. So that's just on a micro level we're looking at. But essentially what we're looking for on the daily, we're looking to bounce off that or stay above the 8,600 level. That's critical. If it goes below that and closes below it, we're going down to 8,200. I would say round about that level, or in this channel here, and possibly even lower. So we need it to stay above 8,600. And we can see the death cross as well. This is on the daily. It's not really the death cross because it's not the 50 and the 100. This is the EMA I use. So for me, that's a bearish sign. But we'll look at the MAs. So we've got the 200 MA in the red, we've got the 50 MA in the green, and we've got the 100 MA in the orange just now. So we can see it crossed down over the 100 MA, the 50 MA crossed down over the 100 MA around about 10,500. That would have been a good time to get out, obviously. It's not really done much since then as well, and it looks as if the 100 MA is going to come down as well, but the 50 MA crossed down here as well, around about 8,700 death cross, but it's not really significant death cross because the 200 MA was still on the rise while the 50 MA was going down. So it's not a significant death cross, if that makes sense. So that's where we are. We need to stay above 8,600 for Bitcoin. If not, we're going down lower, unfortunately. So possibly a good thing. It'll give you a chance to buy kind of more Bitcoin, but it depends on where it goes after that. If it breaks the 8,100 level or 8,200 level, we've got a possible chance of going down to 7,600 as well. So obviously something we don't want, and see what happens after that. I don't think that's going to happen personally, but from a charting point of view, it looks the more likely scenario that is going to happen. From a gut instinct point of view, I don't think it's going to happen, but you never trade on gut instinct as well. Cheese like oofed, I need an internet. I'm working off a mobile for trading and research, burning through all my data. Oh, nightmare. Sorry, man. ADB, not looked at ADB for donkeys. So this is AdBank. I've been in since the very beginning. Is it going to come up here? Yeah, they have. Down close to the all-time low at 5 Satoshi. Which is not a good chart at all. But beautiful curve. Look at that curve. Going down. You have to appreciate that, from 96 all the way down, and hopefully it's going to come all the way back up and do a beautiful curve and come back up to 96 Satoshi. But it's not looking good at the moment, although I'm still following them obviously, and they're still working away in the background. They're still getting things done. 288,000 market capitalization. Lost a lot of money on this. It was up to 12 million. And And this is when it first came out, and this is when I bought into ICO. So this is one of the ones I hold from ICO stage. So that's 70% of the total supply just now, but I'm still clinging on to the hope that it will do well. And I'm only holding it because it's worth a couple $100 instead of the $10,000 I paid. But there you go. That was the ICO kind of mental stages. But this could still do well as a product, as a company, as well as a project. Could do. BTC goes down. Alt season may finally arrive. I think alt season is slowly coming into play just now. I really do. There's been some big rises over the past month, I'd say. There's been a lot of kind of big rises from the alts. It's not been the whole of the alts are just kind of jumping up. Where it was back in 2017, 2018, you could throw a dart kind of at any kind of Binance coin and it'd be guaranteed to go up almost. It's not at that stage, but we're getting a lot of the alts going up. And if you're looking at the charts properly, you could pick really, really well. What's my one doing just now? HOT. Where's the order books for HOT? Keeps on going down. It went down to about 100 million for selling at 11 Satoshi, and then it jumped right back up to about 400 million. So God knows what's happening there. I don't know what's happening, to be honest. But the bots are in. You can see the bots there. 920 buying. Goodness knows what that's all about. But the bots are in, but you've got the real buyers in as well. So hopefully this is going to come down. Still think this is going to jump up kind of big time, and looking for it to jump up to 24 Satoshi, kind of 100% on that. But we'll see, it needs to break 13 Satoshi first. Once it breaks 13, then we're kind of on our way up to the late teens, and then hopefully on our way up to past 24. And that's what I'm expecting from Hall Chain. Something a wee bit different Hall Chain kind of does, but so I'm just being patient. It's like watching paint dry, but I'm just being patient just now with HOT, as a lot of other people as well. Wink is actually one of the lowest price ones, 17.99 in USDT value. So I've still got Wink. I'm still staking every single day with Wink. I think I'm just about touching 35 million. I had 30 million to start with. And this was a kind of trade gone wrong, if you will, but I'm still in it. Still got about $6,500 in the game just now, and just waiting on this coming up. It's probably going to take a while before this comes up big time. Then I can possibly get into XRP or back into XRP if it's not kind of jumped up already. And Gary Stewart started to rely on BTC downturn to get an alt run. Altcoins should be independent of the BTC dominance. It's always been that way. I know that'd be great if there was. They didn't do that, but they rely on kind of Bitcoin. This is what the whole kind of cryptocurrency market is reliant upon. It's about the Bitcoin price. Really, so it's like saying the stock market should all be reliant on the kind of Amazon price, the price of Amazon, and that's what it'd be like. That's what it's akin to. That's an analogy that you could use, and that's the way it is just now. So we just need to wait and see kind of what happens in the future. I don't know if it is going to change, but we'll see. XRM has enough hype and buying pressure to make some big moves. According to the charts, it is. Fundamentally, I'm not as sure. And Digitex is up on every chart I see. Right, where? So it might be the chart that I was looking at, and it's just not being updated. It says it's up to 513, 4.26%. So why is it not shown on there? Digitex. We'll look on CoinMarketCap then, and we'll just use that one instead of CoinPaprika. Yeah, it says, you're right enough, it says it's up there. It did fall, obviously, to 423, that was back in October, but the jump, so it's just CoinPaprika. Why did they? Yeah, you can see there, 459. So they've got it wrong. CoinPaprika, this is where it's taking the data from. So I need to be careful of that. But it's up on CoinMarketCap. Why is that? And I suspect it's because of the pairings, I would imagine, maybe. And go by reported volume. So what's the price? 4.5 cents, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. Stakes is 3. No, that doesn't count at all. So I don't know why that is, so I do apologise for that. But it is up on CoinMarketCap. It's saying it is up to 502 Satoshi. On CoinPaprika, it's down to 459. It's a bit strange. I thought there was something wrong there. It was a bit strange. I thought, because I naturally assumed it was just going to be rising. So I don't know, why is that not showing? There's just not an updated price in CoinPaprika. That's probably what it is. But thanks for pointing that out. That was really useful to point that out. So I need to keep an eye on that myself when I'm using CoinTrader Pro. Gary Stewart saying Defo. What's Defo? Missed that conversation, obviously. Or I'm behind. I'm probably lagging. Or so what is Defo? Is it DeFi or Defo? Right. Bitcoin price 8726. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. NRG is a similar DTA and Digitex exchange on its roadmap for next year. NRG are doing well actually. I don't know if they're doing well at the moment, but NRG, BTC, I didn't think it was on that. NRG, Bitcoin, CoinPaprika, we'll look in CoinMarketCap instead, just in case. Yeah, near their all-time low. No, not their all-time low, they're just coming up. So it's just another plateau for them, so it's a step-up plateau you can see. So it's going up, coming down, plateau, up, down, plateau, up, down, plateau, up, down, plateau. So that's nothing wrong with that. Still the trend is up for them. NRG, I don't know what. NRG. 53 million market cap, ranked 84. A lot of people talking about energy. RC Hawthorne's back in, but almost an hour late. Lighten rewind to the beginning. Cheers, mate. Good to see you here. And just like saying namaste. Yeah, so I'm going to go just now. Thank you very much for joining me as usual for a cup of coffee and some crypto chat as well. I will leave you until tomorrow. So until tomorrow, same time, same place. Namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them. Because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.